Hi, I'm Dr. Aubrey Armento, a pediatric sports medicine physician representing the Running Athlete Clinic, also known as TRAC, within the Orthopedics Institute at Children's Hospital, Colorado. Joining me today, we have Amanda McCarthy, a pediatric sports dietitian, and Matt Shrimba, a sports physical therapist, and we're here to share a little bit more with you about the Running Athlete Clinic. We know runners tend to be very motivated athletes, and injuries can be so frustrating, especially since there is a lot of conflicting information out there from a variety of sources on how to get and stay healthy on the run. TRAC is the only pediatric-focused running clinic in the region, and we provide young running athletes with comprehensive, evidence-based medical, nutrition, and rehabilitation care. When athletes come to see me in clinic, my role as the sports medicine physician is to identify, diagnose, and provide treatment for running-related injuries, but also to better understand why injuries are occurring and how to prevent them in the future. When runners see me in clinic, I will complete a thorough medical and injury history, as well as a training history, imaging such as x-rays or MRI, and lab work if indicated. Once I diagnose the problem, we will formulate a treatment plan, including cross-training, physical therapy, and ultimately a return-to-run plan once someone has recovered. In addition to the medical approach, we believe it is very important to consider the nutritional health of the athlete, and that's where Amanda comes in.
Thanks, Dr. Armento. As a pediatric sports dietitian, I look at an athlete's nutrition through the lens of health, injury prevention, and performance. All of these concepts work together, so the nutrition that is best for bone health is also best for injury prevention and can improve performance too. Nutrition for young athletes is very different than that of an adult athlete. Growth and development require a lot of energy and other nutrients, and my job is to make sure each athlete is getting what they need and that their family or caregiver also knows how to support their nutrition. In our visit, we'll talk about current training and nutrition patterns. I can answer any nutrition or supplement-related questions you have, and we'll set specific goals to work on. My approach to nutrition is that all foods fit. We will focus on what we can add in or move around to provide added value to your health and running performance. There are a lot of misconceptions around what good nutrition looks like for runners, and I hope to help athletes feel confident in the nutrition choices they are making and strong in their sport. As I mentioned earlier, nutrition can help support your injury prevention, recovery, and performance, and Matt is here to tell us more about that with physical therapy.
Thanks, Amanda. The role of the sports physical therapist is to work with Dr. Armento to both identify the injury the athlete presents with and to come up with a plan to get back to running successfully. This typically involves a physical exam as well as analyzing the athlete running. We often utilize our motion capture lab to obtain a 3D running analysis and combine that with what we find on our clinic treadmills. In our exam, we work to address your strength, flexibility, and how you move and run to get back to running. We work with Dr. Armento and Amanda to find the best running program to safely build up mileage back to where it needs to be. Lastly, we work with our athletes to identify some key exercises to keep you healthy and running in the future. There are several things that make the Running Athlete Clinic unique. Young athletes are different than adults, and we all have the expertise in caring for pediatric athletes. Running injuries rarely have a single cause and therefore require the specialties of different medical professionals. We designed TRAC as a multidisciplinary approach to care for these athletes.
This clinic is geared towards runners including cross-country and track athletes, as well as sports like soccer, lacrosse, football, and basketball, or other running-heavy sports. The typical athlete seen in the Running Athlete Clinic may have current or history of chronic overuse injuries, stress fractures, or nutritional concerns.
As a runner myself, one piece of advice I would like to give to young athletes is to emphasize quality over quantity. I encourage athletes to not get caught up in mileage and numbers, but to focus more on the quality of the work and enjoying the process. And I also think it's important to not compare yourself to others. Every runner is different. What works for one athlete may not work for you, and that's okay.
As a runner myself, my piece of advice for running athletes is to focus on foods to add in, not subtract. It's common in running and other sports to try to focus on being smaller or cutting specific things out. Instead, focus on fueling regularly throughout the day. Eat from all food groups and enjoy your favorite foods. Your mind, body, and glycogen stores will be much happier.
As an athlete myself, my piece of advice would be do more than just run. That could be working on your strength, flexibility, running form, or even balancing your running with less impact exercise like biking and swimming. Overall, this will help you stay healthy and keep you running.
Thanks so much for joining us. If you're an athlete, parent, coach, or a referring provider, we would love to work with you, and please feel free to contact us.